When we talk about sugar, it truly is a love-hate relationship. But do you really know how sugar travels and operates inside your body? Today, we're going to break it down and uncover this major secret that is so vital to your health and mine. First, I want to throw a rather shocking number at you. The alarm for diabetes can sound a full 15 years in advance. A full 15 years. Doesn't that sound incredible? Think about it. What exactly is quietly changing inside our bodies during this super long, golden window of time? Yes, this mysterious early warning alarm is precisely the riddle we're here to solve. Alright, ready? Let's dissect this step by step. The perfect factory. A healthy metabolism. Before the alarm sounds, let's first look at how a healthy body operates. You can imagine it as a super efficient energy factory, where all the parts work together seamlessly, precise and highly effective. The first star of the show in this factory is glucose. Whether you eat fragrant white rice, springy noodles, or that little cake for afternoon tea, most of it eventually turns into glucose once it enters your body. It's like the energy pizza for every cell, the source of all our vitality. Now, if there's pizza, someone has to deliver it. This delivery driver is our second protagonist, insulin. You can think of it as a very special key. Only this key can unlock the doors to our cells and successfully deliver that energy pizza inside. Doesn't that process sound perfect? You eat, your blood sugar rises, and then, insulin, as if receiving a signal, is immediately dispatched to open the cell doors, deliver the energy, and then your blood sugar drops back to a normal level. This is the perfect cycle of a healthy body. The turning point. When the lock rusts, and this is life's but. What happens if one day the lock on the cell door in the factory starts to rust? All the trouble begins right here. This condition of a rusting lock has a specific medical term: insulin resistance. What does this actually mean? It is the most critical turning point in our entire story. Imagine the scene. The lock on the cell door is completely jammed and rusted. The insulin key is still there, and the body, becoming anxious, even sends more and more keys. But no matter how you insert or turn it, the door just won't open. So, the lock is rusted and the door won't open. What happens? Two catastrophic consequences ensue. Those energy pizzas, the glucose, can't get in. They are forced to wander in the bloodstream, resulting in high blood sugar. The second problem is even worse. Your pancreas panics. It thinks there aren't enough keys, so it starts working overtime, frantically producing more insulin. The end result, your blood is congested with both sugar and insulin. Complete traffic jam. But the most terrifying and crucial part is this. This process of the lock rusting is not a 1 or 2 day event. It may have been quietly ongoing inside your body for 10 or even 15 years before you are actually diagnosed with diabetes by a doctor. Conversely, this also means we have a super long, golden opportunity to reverse it. Double trouble. The liver joins the fray. You might think the story ends there, but it doesn't. There's an even more complex aspect. Our body's other factory, the liver, gets involved, and it actually makes things worse. Our liver is quite remarkable. It hides a secret sugar factory. It has a superpower called gluconeogenesis, making new sugar. This means that when we haven't eaten for a long time, and are close to starving, it can convert the body's fat and protein into glucose to save the day. This is inherently a survival mechanism. Right, but when the lock is rusted, this life-saving trick turns into a disaster. Think about it. Because the door is stuck, the cells can't get energy, so they constantly cry out, sending distress signals. The liver receives the signal, but misinterprets it. It thinks there's a real famine, so it activates that secret factory and starts frantically producing more sugar. Now we're in trouble. The sugar you eat can't get in, and the sugar the liver makes keeps pouring out. This is an uncontrolled double whammy. Let's play detective and single out the culprits one by one. First, the primary public enemy is that ring around your belly, visceral fat. It acts like an inflammation factory. Next, of course, is what we eat every day, especially refined carbohydrates like bread and various sweets. Finally, we can't let a few accomplices off the hook. Chronic stress, lack of sleep, and being sedentary, sitting all day. These will make your lock rust even faster. Want to know your risk? Here's a super simple method you can do right now. Find a tape measure and check your waist circumference. Remember these two magic numbers. If a man is over 90 centimeters or a woman is over 80 centimeters, you need to pay attention. This means your metabolic alarm may already be ringing. Our ancestors were truly wise. The saying, "Illness enters through the mouth," is incredibly apt here. It not only points out where the problem comes from, but also tells us where the solution lies. The secret to reversing insulin resistance. The good news is that a rusted lock can be polished bright again. So next, let's talk about the most important part. This is a very common misconception. The harsh truth is that exercise is important, but it is not the most fundamental solution. The real way to solve the problem is to go back to the source, what you eat every day. There's a very direct saying. If you don't control what you eat, all the exercise in the world won't really help. Why? Because you simply can't burn off that much sugar. So, what is the secret to polishing that lock? It's actually very simple. Reselecting your food. Eat things that keep your blood sugar stable, such as plenty of vegetables, good protein, and whole grains. But the most critical step is to resolutely say goodbye to sugary drinks, bubble tea, and refined desserts. They are metabolic landmines. Simply put, eat food in its original form as much as possible. Reduce processed foods, and stop the inflammation in your body. Your body will truly thank you. So, after this whole journey, let's return to the very first question. Are many of our ailments really eaten out of existence? I think the answer might just be hidden in what you choose to eat for your next meal.